Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for your lunchtime market update, sponsored by Positive Trends Research. Before we get started, everything we're about to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Okay, well, the market definitely has a case of the Mondays. Happy Veterans Day again, by the way, everybody. Thank you for your service, for all those who served. This is what we're looking at, right? So this is the monthly chart right now. We've pushed up, right? Right now the market is down 8 points, about 8.6 points on the S&P, right? So what's really interesting here on the weekly, right? We just closed over the upper Bollinger Band, and we're now closing below that, right? And today is the first day that we're inside day, right? So narrow range day. The total range of the day right now is 9.09, so very, very narrow range day. And in fact, it could be an NR7 inside day, right? So the narrowest range in 7 days plus an inside day, right? We've seen this before the market started to break down, right? We had this narrow range inside day here before the market started to break down back in September. We saw it here before it did it back in July, right? So we start to see these narrow range inside days as we get close to, possible turning points. So it's interesting. So let's see how today could be a very significant day. Look for tomorrow once the Fed is open and all that stuff to see if what kind of flow comes in if they end up the bears come in and end up pushing it down. So we'll see. We still have a little bit of day left. From that, right, we can see we are still holding the trend here on the daily chart. Right, over the channel, so we're still holding that channel, right? And then we kind of look and see, what kind of price action we have right here. So let's take a look. Let's pull up. Yep. So we have today's chart up here, right? So you can see the levels here with the SPX, right? Formed a 15 order pretty early and broke out of that. Now it's just kind of chopping around this area right now. So what's kind of the big stuff that's going on today? These are the things that we've been looking at, right? So one of the big ones was a nice reversal this morning on Netflix, right? This is one that we pointed out on the live stream this morning, using some of the tools we actually wrote about in the newsletter this weekend, right? So yesterday's highs, right? We had a lot of resistance levels right here, right? Came off of it. We had a big move up this morning on Netflix, kind of out of nowhere, but the overall trend, right, was down. And so seeing this reversal here, right? Basically, if you guys remember yesterday on the live stream, we talked about on the free YouTube live stream, we talked about the 10 o'clock jiggle. Exactly what happened around here. It wasn't exactly 10 o'clock, but really, really close to it. Came to a resistance level, and then boom, gave a nice reversal down. So then it kind of chopped around the 15 orb high and gave another pop up. Another one that's been pretty good today was Tesla, again with more squeeze action in it. Not the easiest trades this morning, but big moves up, right? Higher highs, higher lows, well, this is a little lower high right here, but here's a higher high, higher low, right? As it continues to sort of grind its way up out of the 15 orb high today. So tricky, but it's definitely given some moves for at least. Some smaller trades. So out of nowhere, but using techniques that we like to see is after this positive news came out on Boeing, right? There was a strong 15-minute bar that we look at even up to here, right? And that was still a nice move, right? When there's still room to the next level. Right, so that was a nice move off of that news this morning as Boeing broke out of the cloud there. Right, so that was a pretty significant one today. So on what looks like a normal choppy day on the market, as you'd expect for essentially a Fed holiday, there are some big moves going on. Right, there are some big moves going on. I mean, Apple is kind of the one that you wouldn't think would just keep on going up, but it still does, right? It broke over yesterday's highs. It chopped around yesterday's highs for a little bit, then finally just gave a breakout right there. So it should be pretty interesting. I'll be interested to see how they close the market today. I mean, like I said, the SPX right now on the daily, this is kind of the most significant thing right now is that it's forming a narrow range inside day. So we'll at the upward trend line, right? So that if that does close and we break the inside day down over the next few days, that could give a down move as well. So definitely something to consider and something to look at. But I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a safe trading out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you soon.